brought you some relief because of your courage. Right. That's why we were able to win against Delta Bunches. We're getting ready. We're prepping now to represent a black trans woman who was raped during a business visit. Raped while trying to get financial advice about her small business. The rapist is the business owner. Wow. We're going all in. We already starting to raise money. Our board has approved it. So we're going all in representing that sister. We have another sister who, this is our year to represent and support those who have been marginalized for so long. And so in the name of Pauli Murray, we're going to represent that sister. And we also have a sister who is a member of the LGBTQ community who just got fired because the guy said to her, looked at her, and she chose a more, what we say, masculine look, but that's a label. She chose not to wear frills, and that's a prerogative to do that. He looks at her when she's asked him to be a co-worker to pick up and help pick up packages. You a man, pick them up yourself. That comment with the supervisor listening on speaker is going to cost him. So we got 2 in the hopper already. And you've never seen, some of y'all have never seen us in action. No. Okay, but it is something to see, and we do not lose. We do not lose, and if we lose, we publish that. That's right. And we tell people why we lost. So yes, get behind us and support us as we go into the 2025 year, representing 2 brave people in the LGBTQ working class community. Make sure we don't falter. Let's make sure we don't let our fake value systems get in the way of supporting the most vulnerable. The highest number of murders of black women in this country are trans women. So we need to stand with our people. Whatever lifestyle they've chosen, however they were born, we're born. We need to stand with them. And it needs to be invisible and seamless the way we stand. And Cindy Raw, you know you bad. They're making Elon Musk over there change his bathroom habits. Right. Okay? And it was pointed out, you know, there's a presence, a blue light presence. And yeah, it's always been there since the slave trade. Yeah. Since the slave catchers. Okay? And the black codes and the slave codes. We've always seen the blue lights flashing. Even now, we see them apart. But you know what? We taxpayers. Right. We taxpayers. Right. And those who have thinking about it, just fresh memories of wet on their back. They built this country too. Working in the fields for little or no compensation. So it ain't like we owe them anything. Right. We're paid in full. Everything now is just gravy. We're paid in full. We paid our debt through our ancestors. Yes. We need to not shrink back. Right. We need to keep coming. Right. Day by day. Right. Hour by hour, minute by minute, we need to keep coming. And I am never discouraged when we don't have 200 people on the lawn, because I know we have reached how many, Nita? How many canvases? Oh my gosh, 500 a week. 500 families a week for how many weeks? 5 weeks. 2,500 people know about the know about this event. And know they have rights. We reached out to how many with the radio program? Right. And the Jackson Advocate ad. So sometimes it's not about who can actually make it. There's all kinds of trials and tribulations that keep people from coming to the lawn. But you're here. And for every person that's here, you represent a household. You represent a household. And when we had our webinar, Dark Work Devalued and Unprotected webinar, we had Nita as one of our featured speakers. Right. We thought it was a low turnout until we found out in every household there was 4 or 5 people doing watch parties. So we still don't know how many people were a part of that first webinar, Dark Work Devalued and Unprotected, dedicated to Wallace Jackson, who was a civil rights and human rights giant from Natchez, Mississippi, who did one thing, signed up for a promotion. The Klan visited him and told him to take his name down. He refused, and the cowards planted a bomb underneath his truck and blew him away. And his child, his 9-year-old son, Wallace Jackson Jr., rode his bike over to hear what the commotion was and saw his daddy's shoe in the street. They got to pay for what they've done to our people. And the only way they can pay is if we're involved. We have to be involved. And like Cindy said, it ain't enough to vote. Because why do we only have one state representative out there when they were out here when they were all invited?
Right.
Why no state senator when they were all invited? But yet and still, whenever they need us, we're there.
Right.
Well, we got to demand more. And shout out to the brother in Memphis. He's staying the course.
Yes, he is. Yes, he
Staying
is.
the course. And we're going to try to bring him. We tried to get him last time. He wasn't available. But with your help, we hope to bring him for
Most
trial.
definitely. Most definitely.
But shout out to everybody who has ever resisted. Because that's what it's going to take.
Yes, it is.
It's going to take resistance. It's going to take strong will to defeat this monster.
Yes.
And if you live in Jackson, I don't have any words for what just happened last Tuesday. I really have no words for what happened last Tuesday. All I can say is people are suffering from a profound case of amnesia.
Right.
To put a sellout that close to power, it's a shame. But because we know you all are resistance warriors, whoever's in there, their bathroom habits are going to change.
Yeah.
I love it. Don't you love it, Sandra Norman, when we took the depositions? Did their bathroom habits change? They had to take multiple breaks, didn't they? When I was on up, they had to take multiple breaks.
Yes, ma'am.
And Sandra Norman stood before a firing squad. She sat in front of them. They all came to intimidate her. Even when they weren't being deposed, they came and sat there. And she didn't flinch.
Love it. Strength. Powerful.
They said Sandra was going to get nothing. They had paid off another woman, but they wasn't going to pay Sandra.
Okay.
Oh, they paid.
But that's okay.
They paid. And I mean, it was classic stuff now. Some of it should have been videotaped because we could have been on Saturday Night Live. No, we did stuff that really could have got my card taken. But luckily, I still got my bar card. But yeah, but we risked all of that. The trappings of the slave master.
Come on.
Freedom. 'Cause that's all it is. It's just a trapping. A bar card is nothing if you're not a freedom fighter. You're fighting for your people. A bar card don't mean nothing. Ricky Thompson, Justice Court Judge, Representative Extraordinaire, beat his opponent.
Yes.
He did not deserve. He did not deserve that beat. And Ricky went to work. Sheila went to work.
All right, Sheila.
They built their base.
That's what I'm talking about.
And black folks said, oh, at last we got a choice.
Yes.
So they went on out and they elected
Yes.
Ricky Thompson.
Vote count.
Yeah.
Vote count.
And I served.
Vote
Now,
count.
I'll tell you something, Ricky. I said, who can we count on? Only one name came up. And that was yours.
Come on now.
Okay, that was yours. And we thank you and we appreciate you.
Most definitely.
Thank you, Ricky.
Okay. Now I feel busted enough. Y'all got the music ready?
Yeah, we got the music, but I want to.
All right, go ahead.
I want to throw a little something.
Right, throw it.
A testimony from me.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Girl.
Tuesday of the 29th will be a year that I have been under the leadership of Jerry.
That's all? That's all?
Let me tell you.
Why y'all clapping like that?
No, listen, y'all. When I say a woman for her people,
Yes.
I'm not just saying.
Yes.
I be in the trenches with her. And my little thing for Jaribu, I said, oh Lord, Jaribu go from Mary Had a Little Lamb to the Incredible Hulk in 2.3 seconds. When you mess with her people.
I understand.
So, Jaribu, kudos.
Most definitely.
Thank you for all that you do for our people. Stay the course, and I always tell you, Jaribu, stay at those tables that's uncomfortable. Matter of fact, you sit at the head of the table. Okay? Stay at those tables that's uncomfortable.
That's right.
You can't leave those tables just because it's uncomfortable.
That's right.
Stay at those, because those are the tables we need to be at right now.
That's right.
Those are the tables that we need to be at right now. So,
That's right.
Jaribu, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you and happy anniversary.
I know. So y'all, we're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna do some boots on the ground.
Oh, yeah. Come on now,